going on? How's everyone doing?
Shout out to Tom. Everybody else who's cool with Tom.
Chunky! I didn't say.
Get your popcorn and your Coca-Cola and relax.
Anyway, tell Colin I'm ready.
What's going on? This is Colin. How's everybody doing? I hope you're having a great day so far. Happy Wednesday. Happy hump day. You guys want to watch some court? I want to watch some court. Let's watch some court. We've got a good show tonight. I am all over the place again tonight. We've got a SovCit. We've got a Karen, or at least a potential Karen. You guys know me. My labeling of Karens is sometimes not as great as everybody says it is. And we've got a couple idiots. So it's going to be a good show. Before we get started, I do want to let you know that I did tease the return of Team Skeptic on my channel last night. And yeah, it's going to happen tomorrow night. He's going to be here tomorrow night. I've actually already set it up. I've already set up the stream, so the link's already there. And I did that so he's going to put a community post on his channel. But we are going to be covering the latest Lindsay Dineski case. And for those of you that are subscribed to Team Skeptic, those of you that aren't, I don't know why you're not. But it is not the video that he just put out. This is brand new material. It's actually really, really new material that you haven't seen yet. And it's good. Let's just put it that way. It's good. So we'll be covering that tomorrow night. So I hope you guys are able to hang out with us tomorrow night. All right. Back to tonight's show. We got to do tonight first before we can do tomorrow night. So, yeah, before I hit that play button, you know what to do. Hit the like and subscribe. Do your jump kick backflips. Let's go.
First case on first appearance docket this afternoon. State of Kansas versus Amanda Rose Harmon, 22 TR 3025. State appears by Butler County Attorney Darren DeVinny. Matter does regularly come back before the court this day. The court does find that Ms. Harmon, you previously have been represented by Gerard Scott. Subsequently, on March 17.
Oh, yeah. She just did that hand gesture in court. The only person that saw it was the officer standing behind her, but I'm not going to go back and play it. It's not a kind hand gesture to do when you're referring to somebody. So you can rewind it if you want to see what she just did.
2025, which would have been Monday, with Judge Webster presiding, that you failed to appear, and subsequently the case has been set over to, pardon me?
I said, I just stretched and I popped my broken shoulder. But here's the deal. I'm guilty. I'm guilty. Let's get this over with. This has gone on too long. I have a job. I need to get to my job. I have a very, very good job. And this has gone way too long. When Gerald Scott, when he fired me, he didn't tell me about court. So this is all wrong. This is not right. You guys know for a fact this has been going on too long. So I'm guilty of whatever I've done. I'm guilty. I'm guilty. I'm guilty. Punish me. Put me on work release, something, so that way I can get to my career. Okay. I'm doing good. Let me do good. Let me continue to do good, because if I go and if you guys drill me on this, and if I end up, if you guys get me really good on this, then I'm going to get out and not do good. But if you guys bless me today and let me do good, let me go out and do my job, then I will do good. I will become a cop in 2 years whenever I can. I don't even care. I want to join you guys. I don't want to harm or injure you guys. I want to succeed. And I finally have a really good job. It's $30 an hour plus 25% commission. I do grant writing. I build homes, mini homes for veterans. Let me do my job, please.
Okay, she wants to do good. Speaking of doing good, Terry Barnes, thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate it, and I want to watch some court too. You came to the right place, Terry. Good to see you. She wants to do good, guys. She wants to become a cop. She's building mobile homes for veterans, and she's a grant writer. She's busy. Your Honor, she does not have time to stay in jail.
Thank you, Ms. Harmon. The court does find that on 3/17/2025, this matter was set over to March 24, 2025 at 9 a.m. I do not know why you're appearing before the court today.
Okay. Okay. So what can we do today? Can we find me guilty and put me on ankle monitor?
Your Honor, there was a order for determination of competency.
I have a career. I don't want to take it to trial. That's for, if it has competency, we take it to trial. So let's not even worry about that. It's just, I'm guilty of all charges, and throw me a whole bunch more. I don't even care. I'll take everybody's charges.
Yeah, the hand gesture she did when the judge announced what attorney that was on her case. She did a very what's the word? Can't think of the word. It's bad. It's bad. And if she did it on camera, like, it was kind of below the camera. We could tell what she was doing. If she did it on camera, I would have had to blur it out because it wasn't good.
Today, but I'm guilty. That is what I am, and let's get this over with. Put me on ankle monitor. Get me back to my work because I have a career now. I do have a career.
When was the competency
I don't know,
hearing?
because my attorney was a horrible. That's why he got fired.
Mr. Devaney, do you show that?
Looks like it was January 28th.
January 28 of 2025?
Your Honor, I'm trying to pull it up. I'm sorry. Yep, January 28th, 2025. There was a it's in reference back to a November 25th, 2024 hearing. That the court had ordered that the proceedings be suspended. I mean, that was still pending. And then the defendant has, apparently released her attorney.
We fired each other.
The determination by the court back on November 25th that there was that the defendant should undergo a competency evaluation.
And the reason why is because I didn't accept what he was trying to give me. He was trying to give me, after 3 years dealing with this case, you're going to try to put me on probation? What kind of lawyer are you? Why would I spend this much money on a lawyer for him to put me on probation when I should have just got a fine from the beginning? Why are we still even here about this case? That's my question. So competency, I think, who's the competent one? Definitely not my attorney. That's why he's fired. And the competency was supposed to be for...
Mr. Devaney, what do you show on status of the case? I show March 17, 2025, that this was set back over to March 24, which would be next Monday at 9 a.m.
That's for the motion for judgment on bond, Your Honor.
Okay.
The notes from Monday, let's see here. Sorry, I'm trying to read and catch up here. It looks like the pending open action is the motion for judgment on bond, and that's what was originally scheduled for Monday, and the defendant failed to appear for the motion for judgment on bond. But technically, that motion for judgment on bond was more in relation to the bondsman's requirement to be here and answer with regard to the defendant's appearance.
Okay. It would appear it's very convoluted, the trial docket notes, but it appears that Gerard Scott last appeared on November 25th. Defense requested a competency hearing, oral competency motion granted. Then there was a bond forfeiture bench warrant, no bond hold established. ordered at that time.
I don't think they tell us, peeps, because this is her bond was revoked and she was picked up because she had a warrant. So this is just a hearing on to pretty much set the date to go in front of Judge Webster. I don't think they actually say the charges at all. Yeah, this is just because she just got arrested and she has to be, I guess, arraigned within 48 hours of being arrested. So that's what's going on here. No, not arraigned. That's not the right word. I don't know. Let's just go.
Someone. Has there ever been a competency hearing scheduled?
No, we haven't had the evaluation done, and there's no hearing beyond that as of yet. That journal entry was filed back in January 28th. It looks like, Judge. That would start the process towards evaluation of competency, but
if I'll file guilty, if I'm guilty, we don't need to do none of that. You guys not understand the law? I mean, come on. This is ridiculous. We've been doing this since September of 2022, you guys. This is ridiculous. I'm guilty. That's what I am. Put me on ankle monitor so I can go work. My boss is Dr. Judge Zavinia. He's waiting for me to start work. I help a lot of people. It's called Med 5. We have a $2.6 billion patent. We're helping humanity. So if y'all's got vaccinated, CDC says within 50% of you that's got the Pfizer vaccination is going to die within this year. Look at the website. Look at the CDC website. Well, we have a vitamin that's going to help that. Okay. And I've been build many homes for veterans. You guys got to let me get to my work.
All right. You guys heard it. If anyone got did she get the Pfizer vaccine? If anyone got the Pfizer vaccine, you're going to die this year. So go ahead and make your plans. But they have a vitamin. They have a vitamin that's going to prevent that. Man, what if you had one of each? Are you still going to die this year? What if you had the other one? It's been so long, I don't remember what the other major brand was. Pfizer and something. But I know in some areas they ran out of one, so they gave you the other. So you could possibly get one of each. I don't know. I think I did both of mine over Pfizer. I would have to go check my paperwork, but yeah. So I'm dying this year, guys. Just be prepared. Moderna, yeah, Moderna. Thank you, guys. I knew the chat wouldn't let me down. Pfizer and Moderna. But yeah, I'm on the list to potentially pass this year. Yeah. So I'll miss you guys.
I don't drive no more. I won't. I'm leaving the state the second you guys are done with me. So kick me out of the state. Just kick me out of the state and I'll never come back and we don't even ever have to deal with each other. Can we do that? That would be great.
Thank you, Ms. Harmon. And
Welcome.
Mr. Devaney, what would the state propose and request how the court to proceed today would be?
Here's, obviously the issue here is that there was an oral motion by counsel that's no longer appropriate or on the case. The court did order that competency needs to be evaluated. However, I don't have independent knowledge of Ms. Harmon's competency issues. If the court determines if you're comfortable proceeding today with, and I'll start from, if she wants to enter a plea today, she could do so. As I have no independent knowledge, I guess, of any need for a competency evaluation. She'd have to waive counsel, obviously, for that to go into effect. The concern the state would have if we did that is that there's this pending order for competency that's already been ruled on by the court. And I want to make sure that we don't have a basis to withdraw a plea later down the road.
Right, true.
The other option is we proceed with the orders of competency and get that evaluated prior to a plea being entered. That obviously would be a longer setting, in which case we'd need to set a bond here today and continue out the case.
let's just get it over with.
There's still the motion for judgment on bond, which has been now reset to, looks like Monday's date on the 24th. So that's outside of really what we're talking about as far as the content of progress on the case. The only thing I'll say with regard to that is that the bondsman that she had has stated that he's no longer willing to keep her on bond. So if we continue with the competency evaluation process on this case, she's going to have to find a new bondsman on this matter. Procedurally, going through the case, it is an older case. This is a case that has gone through, well, it's been drug on for a long time, but that's really been at the hand of the defendant.
I know.
And so now at the 11th hour, we want to hurry everything along, and I mean, it's I don't know that I'm necessarily motivated to rush this case through today to get this through unless the court has some assurance that we are waiving the competency evaluation and that there's somehow a basis for that.
Well, from my, I'm sorry, Mr. Devaney, but
From
my understanding,
Ms. Harmon is also not the person that determines whether or not the competency evaluation should or should not be done. It's for
right. But I read the paperwork, and the paperwork to me read that because the attorney and me have a discrepancy on my cases was the competency purposes, because he sent me the file, and that's when I found out, and that's when I called the jail, I called the district courts. The second I got that file was what, 2 days ago? So I didn't know about none of this. So, but I just wanted to make it clear, if I do plead out, that competency doesn't have anything to do with this part. It has everything to do with me and my attorney having the discrepancy on the court, on the cases themselves. Because for one, I wasn't habitual. For two, you know, all in all, but yes, from the beginning, I should have just pleaded whatever. So,
Hey, John, good to see you, bud. I always, every time I see John in the chat, I always pause and say hi to him. He's one of the OG people around that's been on my channel forever, and I believe he's in England. So generally, he's always in the comments, but not always in the chat. So John, it's really good to see you.
I'm all about pleading because I gotta get my life back. If I don't get my life back, I'm not gonna even try anymore. I'm gonna just give up. But I have a chance in life right now. In my life, I have a really good career. I mean, $30 an hour, 25% commission. Who hears of that anymore? It's unheard of anymore. And this guy's giving me a chance. He's giving me a chance. I got my own apartment. I got my own, you know, he's gonna drive me around. I don't have to worry about driving no more. Like, this is the most beautiful freaking job I've ever had, and I'm gonna lose it because of a September 22 case. Now, you guys would be seriously just not okay with life for anybody. You guys are not here for this, we the people. If you guys want to destroy me on this when I have a career going for me right now.
Thank you, Ms. Harmon. Mr. Devaney, who was the judge?
That's exactly what I've been thinking this entire time. I mean, $30 an hour that's good. What is it? It's $25 an hour is 40,000, right? I used to know that a little bit better. So $30 would be, I don't know, 45,000. I don't know. I mean, it's good. 25% commission. You notice she never says what she's doing. Like, she said she's building mini homes for veterans, but I don't think that's the job she's talking about, because she says I have this job and I'm doing that. So she doesn't actually say what she's doing, which makes me think that it doesn't exist. I don't think it exists. Is it 60? Oh, geez. I'm way off. Way off.
That ordered the competency hearing?
All right, that would have been that November 25th hearing.
I forgot she said that. That was the patent that's right. The patent that her boss owns, or her company owns. How did I forget that already? That was the best part of the video.
And I believe that was in front of Judge Webster, Your Honor.
Okay. Miss Harmon,
Yes, sir.
it's been brought to my attention, and in review of the trial docket notes, and Mr. Devaney has confirmed what I have read. Judge Webster, she ordered a competency evaluation, a competency hearing, and it was granted. Defense requested a competency hearing, oral competency motion granted, and subsequently that was to be back before Judge Webster.
Well, can we recuse her?
No. I'm going to expedite your case
You.
as best the court is able
Thank you.
to Judge Webster's next hearing date. Her next hearing date is next Monday, and that would be on March 24. Monday, March 24, before Judge Webster and Judge Webster.
I don't know. I mean, I think we have a doctor lawyer on the screen right now. I mean, the prosecutor looks like a therapist. What I'm looking at with that chair with the glasses, he just looks like a guy to be like, tell me how did that make you feel? Tell me about it. I don't know. He doesn't look like a prosecutor. He looks like a therapist to me.
Webster, if she wishes to withdraw the order for competency hearing and for you to proceed at that time, waiving counsel and entering a plea, that's fine. But as I find the case currently, there's been an order for competency hearing with that motion being granted.
Yeah.
So the court expedites this back to Judge Webster next Monday, 9 a.m. on her docket.
That's understandable.
And anything further, Mr. Devaney?
No, Your Honor, and again, I just point to the court. That's already set. That court date was already set with regard to the motion for judgment on bond, so we can kind of look at everything, I guess, globally with regard to this case on that date, which would be Monday morning at 9 o'clock.
All right, bet.
Sounds good.
Yeah, sounds good. Have a good day, guys.
All right, you too. Court's in recess.
Yeah, he did absolutely nothing. Didn't change her bond, didn't do anything, just moved it to Judge Webster's next docket. She's like, yes, I got what I want. You guys are awesome. Oh, all right. That one was fun. So that was how we're going to start off tonight. I think the next clip's the sovereign citizen. And this is a very special sovereign citizen. We have tribal blood in the house. So, yeah, this is going to go just as well as you might think. Watch it not be the SovCit. Please be the SovCit. Please be the SovCit.
So, Miss
Yep. Okay. I've done that before. All right, let's go.
Powell, give me the case number and the parties for
No, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. You're free to go. I'm sorry. Give me the case number and the names of the parties that we didn't have on the 10 o'clock.
Yes, ma'am. One moment, please.
Is that what it sounded like? Tribal. 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 Tribal blood.
Okay, the case number is 22.
It is a sovereign citizen. I don't know if there's much spoiling you can do. I already said the sovereign citizen. You already know what's coming, so I don't know. Go ahead.
2024 CV 02221. And the parties are Ebony Milner Tribe as petitioner and the Federal National Mortgage Association as the respondent. And I also sent you a chat with a little bit of additional information.
Okay. All right. So, Miss Ebony Milner is present. Also, the Mr. Brown, who's on here on behalf of Federal National Mortgage Association. Mr. Brown, Miss Milner, is my understanding that this was heard in magistrate court, and this is a request for appeal. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor. This is a petition for review from a dispossessory judgment. She was a tenant at sufferance post foreclosure.
Okay. All right. So, Ms. Milner, tell me what's going on.
Judge, well, this is a case of land rights, tribal law, and treaties.
No, ma'am. No.
And I would just like to say that I'm a tribal member,
ma'am.
part of the Cash Box Trust Tribe,
No, ma'am.
government,
No, ma'am. We're not doing that.
and American Indian landowner.
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am. I love Judge Tammy. No, ma'am. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. No, ma'am. No, we're not doing that. Did she say the Cash Box Tribe? I'm rewinding this. I think she said. Did she say the Cash Box Tribe?
Judge, well, this is a case of land rights, tribal law, and treaties.
No, ma'am. No.
And I would just like to say that I'm a tribal member,
ma'am.
part of the Cash Box Trust Tribe.
The Cash Box Trust Tribe. Man, that's yeah. I you know what? I didn't learn about that one when I was in school. I learned about a lot of them, especially being in the Ohio Valley area. You learn about a bunch of different tribes that were here. Never heard of the Cash Box Tribe, but they're in Georgia, so this could be a completely different tribe we've never heard of before. We have no idea. She might be onto something.
No, ma'am.
Government.
No, ma'am. We're not doing that.
And American Indian landowner.
No, ma'am. So we're not doing all that. So this is a simple eviction. So you can tell me how much was owed, how much you paid, whether there's anything to that allowed you to stay in the property, or whether there's money owed to you. I don't do the whole trust, tribe, all of that, because that's not what we do.
Well, that's what this is in regards to.
Well, then, ma'am, that's not what we're doing here. I would either have to transfer you to a tribal court, which I don't know of one exists for you, or for superior court, because this involves a foreclosure. Essentially, he bought the house through a foreclosure. You were a tenant in the house at the time, or you owned the house and he bought it under the foreclosure. And then it was whether you get to stay in the house and pay rent, or whether you're going to be evicted. Am I clear, Mr. Brown?
Yes, Your Honor. And
Right. Because I don't deal with I went to law school for 3 years, have practiced law for over 30 years, have been a judge for over 12 years. I don't do the trust stuff, because that's some arcane, esoteric stuff that you all believe that we don't follow here in the judicial system.
I understand. Well, I would also like to say that I'm not here to handle any of my private affairs in the public.
Okay, so I'm not sure what that means. You asked for the appeal.
Yes, and as I was stating, I'm tribal member, part of the Cash Box Trust Tribe, and also an Indian American landowner. So this case is in regards to trust and tribal land.
So the property, the foreclosure is on a house on tribal land?
Correct.
Which tribe?
I'm sorry?
Which tribe?
The Ebony Milner tribe.
No, sir. I don't know of that tribe, ma'am. So we
Yes, and all the documentation had been put on file as well.
Okay.
Post foreclosure.
I got all that, but here's the thing. So I'm gonna explain one more time. Whoever's in the background or their Miller tribe, not sure who that is. I'm gonna have to be there. Because you're the one who's listed on the. You're the one who's listed on this case. So I can't hear from all of that. So here's the thing. Like I said, I've explained to you that if somebody purchases a home through foreclosure, then the people who were owners of the home or buying the home have two options. They can leave, or they can be treated as tenants in the home. And in this case, it appears that Mr. Brown's client sought to evict you, and now you are asking for a review of that. So in my role in this court, I can go through the case as if it was never heard in magistrate court. But what I will tell you is I'm going to ask very specific questions. I'm going to follow the law under the state of Georgia with respect to landlord tenant. And if you're not able to provide me that information, then I'm going to determine that you're not able to prosecute the case in the way that it needs to be, and I'll dismiss it for want of prosecution.
Well, again, American tribal landowner, so
Okay.
those laws
No,
that you
ma'am.
may speak of don't
No.
apply to me.
No. Well, then, okay, I'm going to dismiss your appeal for want of prosecution. The court does not have jurisdiction over American tribal land, nor is there a designation of this property being a tribal land. So at this point, the court is going to dismiss this for want of prosecution. Thank you. All right, next.
May I be excused, Your Honor? Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, bye. Judge Tammy, the way she deals with SovCits is awesome. I love it. Nope, we're not gonna do that. Nope, we're not doing that. Nope, nope, doesn't make sense. We're not doing it. All right, let's move on. I don't know what's next. We got a Karen or an idiot. Oh, we have an idiot.
We will go on the record.
This is a little bit of a slow burn, guys. Just so we're aware, it starts off a little slow, but the way it ends is fire, and it's Judge Mogan. You already know.
In the matters 20 CM 234, 21 CF 130, 21 CM 199, State of Wisconsin versus Benjamin Flannery. The state appears through DOC agent Leah Lineweber. We have Mr. Flannery in person as well. We're set here today for a probation review hearing. We were here on February 19th, in which the court did provide specific orders and conditions for Mr. Flannery to meet to avoid having conditional jail. He was serving some conditional jail or in custody on a warrant and facing conditional jail. At that time, the Department of Corrections had another individual, Gretchen Anibis, in your place, Ms. Lineweber. That is not the agent of record. You were on vacation. And so she had notes about the case, and there was a recommendation from your standpoint and Department of Corrections standpoint. But now you are back from vacation, and you can provide the court with an update on where we are now from February 19th and where Mr. Flannery is and if he is actually meeting the conditions of the court.
He is not meeting the conditions of the court. He showed up on the 28th of February and he admitted to using methamphetamine.
I'm sorry, I have to turn you up a bit. Go ahead.
You want me to repeat?
Yeah, no, you don't have to repeat, but
Okay.
Can you bring the microphone just a little bit closer?
During that office visit, he was told about the GED boot camp. He did fill out the paperwork while he was in the office, and we did email it to the GED boot camp to make sure it got there. He did come back on the 14th and he was positive for marijuana, and he stated that it was not new use. But I did not realize at that time that he didn't test positive, or he didn't admit to it when he came into the office the first time. So I believe it was probably new use, but he was negative for methamphetamines at that time. He has not handed in any of the job logs, but he did state that he was hired full-time with his wife's uncle, I believe. He was told that he needed to bring in documentation, like fill out the days and the times and have the boss sign it, verifying that that's what he worked. And he was supposed to bring it to court today. And he has not.
Okay. Mr. Flannery. All right, so you were here in court on the 19th. You then saw your DOC agent on the 28th and you admitted to consuming methamphetamine, correct?
Correct.
So from February 19th, in which you were in court and the court set very strict conditions and did not order conditional jail, you used methamphetamine between February 19th and February 28th. Correct?
Yep.
And then between February 19th and March 14th, you used, at least you used THC marijuana, correct?
Correct.
Now, I have a notation that you've paid in your probation cases, is that correct? Have you made any payments?
Yeah,
When did you make payments?
I made, after the first 2 weeks, because you said $50 a week. After the first 2 weeks, I paid 100. I paid 50 last week, and I have 50 this week, Friday.
All right, but you still owe a significant amount.
Yeah,
All right, you understand one of those conditions that the court did order was absolute sobriety. Understand that?
yeah,
I mean, that is one of the conditions, not only that is part of why you were not ordered for conditional jail on February 19th, but that is one of the conditions for your probation. You understand that? Understand that?
yes, I do.
Okay, and so now we have 2 admitted uses of not only THC, but methamphetamine. And we're talking February 19th to February 28th is not that long in time, right?
Right.
Ms. Lineweber, is there a recommendation from Department of Corrections?
There was not.
You don't have a recommendation?
No, I'm sorry. I just assumed we would bring it to you and then you would decide what you
Okay.
wanted to do.
Mr. Flannery, is there anything that you want to tell the court or you want to let me know?
Yeah, I mean, the drug use, I guess I understand it was a rule that I broke, but it was more of a slip up, and I'm doing pretty good.
Your eyes look kind of bloodshot right now.
Yeah, it's windy and cold. I've been outside all morning.
If I get you tested right now, you're not going to test positive?
No,
Okay. What else?
well, now that I've been working full time, I can make my payments for sure.
And who are you working for?
M5 Construction is the company. His name's Kevin Miller.
Oh, I know Kevin Miller.
Yeah,
And who is he to you?
he's my uncle-in-law.
So I have one memorandum from the Department of Corrections from March 17th. I had another memorandum, but I don't know which file that was filed in. But I do remember there was another one filed from a different date prior to the last probation hearing. At least I thought there was. Maybe it was just what Ms. Annabus told the court. Did you file a memorandum prior to the last hearing?
I did, requesting the hearing.
Requesting the hearing. Do you remember what date that was?
I do not. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's okay. Oh, was that in December?
It very well could have been.
Yes. December 23rd, 2024 was a memorandum requesting a hearing. He wasn't paying his fines and fees. He didn't get his GED. He didn't complete the AODA. Oh, that's another reason. That's what we discussed, the AODA last time, and with the absolute sobriety. All right, anything else that you want me to know, Mr. Flannery?
I guess not.
All right. Well, based upon what occurred on February 19th, and based upon what occurred between February 19th and today, the court is going to order 90 days of conditional jail to start immediately today. You'll be taken up right now. 90 days conditional jail.
Can I get one more?
Nope, you're all done. I gave it to you on
I've
February
got- no.
19th. You're all done. 90 days.
Come on, I'm just getting my
90
stuff
days.
together. I've been doing,
I gave you leniency on
Give me
February
a chance
19th.
at least to,
I gave you a chance
I
on
know,
February
but
19th.
please, come on,
I
please.
gave you your chance on
Judge,
February 19th.
please.
You have not done your AODA since I sentenced you, Mr. Flannery.
You said
did I
about the
sentence you?
AODA,
When did I sentence you?
you said about AODA, remember, you said we're gonna just put that aside right
If
now and worry about the
you're
other stuff.
clean.
We'll worry about the other things. Okay, so I'll
And you were
do the
clean and
AODA.
sober. Nope,
I'll do the AODA then.
90 days.
I'm
Bring 'em
signed up
upstairs.
to do my
We're
GED.
adjourned.
Your Honor, please, come on.
90 days.
No. Come on, please.
90 days. 100 days. You just swore 100 days.
Ah,
You can see I've been.
okay, bye. I don't know why I find it humorous when defendants are going to jail and then they decide to dig themselves deeper. 100 days. Yeah, now you're in contempt for 10 days. Good job. Good job, buddy. Awesome. Yeah, that's what happens when, you just think you can get away with everything. Oh, if I just do it once, it'll be fine. Yeah, it doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. All right. That was Judge Mogan. What do we have next? Oh, this one's the complete opposite of the slow burn. This one's awesome in the first 30 seconds, and then it's just like But I love Judge Washington and her witty comeback to this line right at the beginning is awesome. It was so good. I had to put this clip into the video tonight.
Ypsilanti Township versus Jordan Francis, 2014-00466.
Paul Barnett on behalf of the township.
Matthew Answer on behalf of Miss Jordan Francis. Jordan, can you unmute and state your name for the court, please?
Mr. Foley, you don't need to be here today. Your case was adjourned, sir. You can leave. Please state your name, ma'am.
Jordan Francis.
Thank you. All right. We're here today on a pretrial and a violation of bond conditions. I have a bond violation dated March 18th indicating, and I'm going to arraign you on your bond violation at this time, ma'am.
Okay.
That you were positive for THC on 5 separate occasions, as well as positive for cocaine on February 28th and March 10th of 2025. Right to have a hearing on these violations, at which time, if it is found, or if you admit that you violated, you could have your bond revoked. Do you understand that, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am. I have a marijuana card license.
You have a cocaine license too?
No, I don't. No. I actually called and
Okay,
told her.
ma'am, one moment.
Okay.
Mr. Minister, what would your client like to do?
Yeah, I went over the bond violation report with Miss Francis yesterday, and she would like to admit to the violations, please.
Thank you. All right. So first of all, ma'am, at this point in time, all I'm asking for is whether you are waiving your right to have a hearing in this, and you're going to admit to the violation. Is that what you plan to do?
Yes,
All right,
ma'am.
keep your right hand to be sworn. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to provide will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. You may lower your hand. All right. Now, do you acknowledge, ma'am, that you tested positive for THC?
Yeah.
And do you also acknowledge that you tested positive for cocaine?
Yes, ma'am.
I find that there's a knowing and willing admission of the violation. Are you satisfied, Mr. Burnett?
Yes, Your Honor, thank you.
Defense is satisfied as well, Your Honor. Thank you.
Now, ma'am, as to the THC, you're indicating that you have a marijuana license. But first of all, whether you have a license or not, you're not approved until the court provides you with that proof. And so far, I have not done that.
Sorry, I didn't know.
Peeps, Do you guys have that? Peeps is an hour south of me. We're pretty much neighbors, and then Sly's about an hour northeast of me. We have a giant. I just got this alert on my phone. Giant thunderstorm coming through. Peeps, did you get that too? Are you in the path of that, or is it just is it coming through me? But yeah, it's from 9 till 1. So if all of a sudden I disappear, it's because I lost power. Just a heads up.
All right, I'm gonna need a letter of necessity before I would approve any marijuana. Also, was marijuana a part of the allegation in this particular case?
It was, Your Honor.
So, ma'am, if you are in violation of the Medical Marijuana Act when you commit an offense, you're not entitled to continue to use marijuana. Do you understand that part?
Yes, now I do.
Okay. So what does your client plan to do about the positive cocaines? Is she going to get in treatment or what are we doing?
Oh, Your Honor, we've discussed that. We're thinking about maybe getting into treatment, but we haven't gotten into anything yet. She did let me know that this will not happen again. She sent me the prescriptions of what she's taking. She now knows what she needs to do. She needs to get a letter of necessity. But we're just asking for this one chance to get back on bond, continue testing, and make things right again.
Mr. Barnett?
Well, the THC and the prescribed medications are one thing, but cocaine is different, and that's troubling. I agree with Your Honor. I mean, I think she should be looking into treatment of some kind, outpatient, inpatient, whatever is appropriate. I'll leave any increased sanction or conditions to your discretion.
Ma'am, you need to go and get assessed for outpatient treatment, okay?
I'm in a outpatient treatment program at Western Wayne Family Health Services, and they know about my cocaine slip up also.
How long have you been in that?
Over 15 years.
You've been in the Western Wayne?
Yeah.
Well,
Yes.
then
And I'm
time-
also in therapy at Higuera.
All right. I don't know if I should make fun of this. She's in outpatient for 15 years. It's not working. That's what I'm going to say. 15 years in outpatient. That's rehab, right? Isn't outpatient like a sort of rehab? I know rehab's a lifelong thing, and it's you're continuously continuously go to meetings, but to be an outpatient for 15 years, I don't think that's how that's supposed to work. I don't know. I will completely admit that I am ignorant to that whole area. So, but it just doesn't sound right. And I think Judge Washington's on the same page because she questioned it as well.
Every week.
All right,
I just lost my kids, Your Honor. I'm going through a really tough time.
How'd you lose your kids, man?
Just too much arguing back and forth between me and my old man.
All right, now, okay, she needs to learn how to talk. She didn't. Yeah, I guess she lost custody of her kid. That's completely different than the way she just put it. Wow. How did I miss this the first time I saw this? The whole cocaine card just had me jumping up and down laughing for so long I completely missed the rest of her hearing. Man, learn to, I don't know. Okay, let's just go.
I'm going through a lot right now.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that, but I'm going to be very clear with you. If you use cocaine again, I'm going to put you in jail, and you're going to be going
Yes,
to
ma'am.
Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right,
It will not happen.
okay, I appreciate that. And you might want to consider increasing your outpatient treatment since this is not providing you with the support that you need. Or go to NA or some of those other programs. But I'll leave it up to you this time, but this is your only opportunity. So you can do with that opportunity what you will. I will.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I thought everyone that did cocaine had a cocaine card. I mean, why else are you holding on to those expired credit cards, right? Okay, that was a bad joke. That was a bad joke. I made that this morning and no one laughed either, so don't worry.
See you back here. You said you wanted an adjournment, Mr. Mansour.
Yes, Your Honor, please.
How long do you need?
Just a couple of weeks, whenever's next available for you.
Let's do April 9th, 2025 at 9:00 a.m. We'll see you back then, ma'am. Bond will continue.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
All right. Moving on. I don't know what's next. Oh. Okay. Judge Dad. I don't have to say anymore. We have a potential Karen alert. I'm not going to call her Karen because I don't want to be wrong. But yeah.
Karen Pasquale, Kara Emma Pasquale, 25W83.
Karen named Karen. That should be her name. She's just legally changed it to Karen named Karen.
37662. Is the officer here, Lisa? Officer Guzman. Yeah. Officer, your name? Good morning, officer. Your name? You're muted.
Good morning, Your Honor. Officer Guzman.
Ms. Pasquale, your name?
Hi, Karen Pasquale.
So you're charged with disobey the traffic signal. You said you wanted an informal. I'm sure she'll offer you impeding again. I mean, she did offer you impeding. You don't want to plead to impeding? You want to go to this hearing still? I mean, she could ask me to amend the case. I'm not saying she's going to do that, amend the charge.
Well, Judge, she told me that it was yellow until I was under it and it turned red. So when I asked her superior officer about that, he said that didn't warrant a ticket.
What do you want to do, Ms. Guzman? Do you feel like she ran the red light here?
Your Honor, I already amended it down to impeding. So I'm willing to fight against it. Do you want me to just give the whole situation?
If you guys aren't going to resolve it, I'm just going to have you both swear. I'm going to swear you both in and let you speak. Raise your right hands. You solemnly swear or affirm under penalties of perjury the testimony you'll give in these proceedings will be the whole true self you got, Ms. Officer?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes.
Ms. Pasquale?
Yes,
okay,
sir.
Go ahead.
All right. Yes, Your Honor. So on
I know you're a young officer. I'm just telling you what can happen when you write for impeding.
Okay.
You follow me?
Yes, Your Honor.
I mean, you do what you want. I'm just telling you, then all your cards are kind of like out of your hand. You follow me? I mean,
yes, Your Honor.
But go ahead. You go ahead now.
Yep. So on 2/5/2025 at approximately 11:17 hours, I was in the left-hand turn lane on Allen Road facing northbound. We had a blinking yellow light.
Wait a minute. Left-hand turn lane of Allen Road?
Yes, Your Honor, at the Allen Road and King Road intersection.
I see. And you were facing which direction?
I was facing northbound.
Okay, go ahead.
Yep, so I was facing northbound. We had a blinking yellow light. I was watching traffic proceed, traveling south and north. The north and south traffic, the light turned yellow. And then I was watching traffic go through. I noticed a vehicle speed up to beat the yellow light. As that vehicle went through, it turned red. That vehicle had to pass another vehicle who stopped behind that yellow light in order to get past it. So I activated my lights. I initiated a traffic stop, made contact with the driver, who was Miss Karen Pasquale. I advised her the reason of the stop. She proceeded through the yellow light, and it turned red as she went through it. And then I gave her a citation for impeding traffic, cut it down a little bit, and she said that she passed the vehicle to get through the light. because the car in front of her stopped and she was afraid that she might hit it. That car in front of her had enough time to stop at the yellow light. Therefore, in my eyes, she purposely sped through it. She had more than enough time to stop for that yellow light. And then she stated that she went through a yellow light. It was not red as it turned through. I stated that it was. But in itself, going through an amber light is also a violation. However, I still cut it down to impeding traffic.
Any questions of her?
No, Your Honor.
Ms. Pasquale?
Does she have body cam that shows our conversation?
Yes, Your Honor, I do.
Okay. And then when we had our discussion, you did tell me that it was yellow when I went through it and it was red when I was under it.
Correct.
Correct. And I did not tell you that I tried to avoid a vehicle. I did not feel that it was safe to stop at a yellow light. So I followed the law and went through a yellow light that was not red until you said I
but
was
you know
under.
that you have to stop
Absolutely.
if you can on a yellow light, right?
Absolutely. I did not feel it was safe, and I had passed that car up way before that light turned yellow. So avoiding somebody stopping fast is not an unsafe driver or against the law either.
What do you mean by that? I don't understand what you guys are saying about passing a car. You were turning left onto eastbound on King, right? You were turning left on onto, wait a minute, you were going northbound.
The
So you were
officer.
turning left onto westbound King, right?
The officer was,
Yes, Your Honor, I was, yes.
Yeah, and she was coming southbound on Allen and turning left onto King, right? So she was turning on the eastbound King.
No, I wasn't
Right?
turning. I was going straight, Your Honor.
She was traveling
Going
straight, Your Honor.
straight.
Yeah.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I
I
wasn't slowing
misunderstood.
down at all. I wasn't speeding. I wasn't doing anything
Were
wrong.
you traveling northbound or southbound?
I was going southbound, if you're asking me.
I am. All right, so you're going south.
Yeah, that's pretty old. I will tell you, in the house that I bought, I mean, this is, I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago now. The only time I owned a house, I bought it from someone who owned it for 30 years. She built it, lived in it until she retired. Once her kids moved out, she sold it to me, and she had the original furnace still, and it still worked. Now, when we went to sell the house, or my ex-wife sold the house, it had to be replaced before she could sell the house. So yeah, for some reason it passed the inspection when I bought it, but it didn't pass the inspection when my ex went to sell it. But speaking of Cheshire Cat, thank you so much for your super chat. Kind of on the same note, yes, get your stuff tested. You might need to change it.
Southbound. And what car are you talking about that she was passing? Can you tell me? I'm not clear on that.
Yes, Your Honor. So she was in the middle lane. There was a car in front of her who stopped at the yellow light. She passed on the right side to avoid that vehicle to go through the yellow light.
Wait a second.
She's
I thought you-
interpreting.
Wait a minute, slow down. I guess I'm just losing it here. I'm not understanding. Maybe I got my head with one thing. She is going southbound, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
And you said the middle lane, there's a turn lane there on Allen and King, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
There's a turn lane there, and then there's 2 lanes going southbound and 2 lanes going northbound.
Yes, Your Honor. So she was in the
What do you
middle
mean
lane.
when you say, hang on, slow down. When you say middle lane, what lane are you talking about? There's only a middle left turn lane, and there's 2 northbound and 2 southbound lanes there. That's where you're
Yes.
throwing me.
I gotcha. So the 2 lanes that are heading southbound, you have the right
Right.
lane, the center lane, and the left turning lane. She was in that
Okay,
center
well, I would
lane
call
if
it the
we're
left
talking about
lane.
heading southbound.
I would call it the left lane of southbound Allen Road, but so you're
Gotcha,
saying she was
gotcha.
going in the left lane, right?
Yes, Your Honor. Yes, Your Honor.
And she passed the car that you said was doing what?
There was a vehicle in front of her. She passed that
Okay.
vehicle into the right lane. in the southbound lanes in order to go through that yellow light. That other vehicle was able to stop at the yellow light.
I see. Is
Your
that
Honor,
true?
no, that car had other, it was also behind other vehicles. I went into the right lane because I wanted to go in the right lane. There was more cars in that lane. She can't interpret my thinking. And I was not speeding. I did not go through a red light. I did not stop abruptly because I had my grandchild in the car and I'm a safe driver and I wouldn't have.
What did she say to you when you stopped her, officer?
Yes, Your Honor. She told me that she avoided those vehicles, right? She was passing them because she felt she didn't have enough time to stop. However, in my defense, I feel that if those vehicles had time to stop, she had plenty of time to stop as well.
They were in a
Did you
totally
tell her
different.
that?
Yes,
Did you
Your
tell
Honor.
her that?
Yes, Your Honor.
No, but did you tell her that you switched lanes because you didn't have time to stop for the other vehicles?
I don't believe I told her that, Your Honor. All I did was tell her I changed lanes and that I would not stop because it wasn't safe for me. And whether I avoided a vehicle or not,
Why
I've got
wasn't
the
it
right to
safe?
change
But wait a
lanes.
minute. Wait. That's where you're losing me. Why wasn't it safe for you to stop? Because the
I'm
other
just-
vehicles had stopped?
No, all I did in my defense of her was to tell her if I thought that the yellow light was so far yellow or that I should stop or that it changed with time for me to stop safely, I would have. I wasn't going to make an unsafe stop.
Okay, were the vehicles in front of you stopped or still moving? And
No,
in the
there was
left
no-
lane of southbound Allen Road?
There was multiple vehicles, but I turned the right lane way before any light change. And because, when you're able to change lanes at will, whether I changed lanes because I wanted to be in the right lane, or whether I changed lanes because there were so many cars in front of me, I don't know. I just changed lanes.
I think this whole thing is kind of a clusterfuck. That's my opinion. I think this is a young officer who kind of made a mistake, and Judge called her out on it for citing her for impeding instead of running the red light. So the officers knew what testifying, and yeah, Karen's story doesn't make sense. I do not envy Judge McNally on this one. I don't. But I mean, if he's confused and the story doesn't make sense, he's most likely going to side with the officer.
Well, I understand that. I want to ask you one more question. I'm not understanding though when you're saying to me, I changed lane, I ran through the light or I went through the light, the yellow light, because I didn't feel like it was safe. Am I putting your words in your mouth or not?
Yeah, I think you misinterpreted me. What I meant to say
Okay, tell me again.
If the yellow light turned in time for me to stop safely, I would have. So that there's no way that I thought that light had turned yellow to where I could stop safely. That's what a yellow light's for. If you can stop safely, you stop. If you can't, it's a yellow light that you're able to go through safely.
Do you have notes
Your
or anything,
Honor, also,
officer?
You're also, can I make one more point,
Sure.
Judge? If she's under the light turning left, I kind of doubt she knows when that light was turning yellow and red.
I wasn't directly under it, Your Honor.
What car were you in the lineup of left-hand turn there?
Second, Your Honor. I had one vehicle in front of me.
And you're sure that she ran the red light, or at least was underneath the traffic signal?
Yes, Your Honor. She was the only vehicle that proceeded through.
You're absolutely right. Green means go. Yellow means floor it. Red means stop. You're safe to text. I actually saw that as a meme a couple days ago. I thought it was funny.
And when you say that, are you sticking with your story that the other two vehicles or other vehicles in the left lane of southbound Allen had already stopped before she went through the intersection?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything else that you want to say, officer?
No, Your Honor.
Anything else, Ms. Pasquale?
Your Honor, I have an impeccable record. I'm a safe driver. I follow the law. I know how to drive. I'm 63 years old. And I did not, and she admitted to me when she pulled me over that I did not run a red light, that it was red when it was under my car, my car was under the light. When I asked numerous police officers from Trenton and Woodhaven, and her officer that I spoke with when I showed up before.
Sometimes they want to lip off too. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. I
asked
asked for an honest opinion.
Anybody knows that you have to stop on a yellow light if you can.
Yes, if I can.
And I don't, look, I understand. I'm just going to disagree with you. I'm going to find you responsible. It's 150. You can appeal this if you'd like to the other judge. If you want to just tell them, hey, I want to appeal that decision, it is 0 points. It's not going on your record, but you can feel free to appeal to Judge Hessen, okay?
Judge, I just feel that her superior officer, the magistrate, when I showed up to court the first time when she wasn't there, said that he didn't feel that this was something she should have written a ticket for. So,
Rich, I absolutely agree with that. And I think this has happened to just about everybody, or just maybe me. Maybe this, but you know when you're driving and there's a car in front of you, the light turns yellow, and you just assume the car in front of you is going, and you just because right when it turns yellow, you make the decision instantly, like you're either stopping or you're going. So, and the car in front of you slams on their brakes, but you already made the decision to go, so it's just like a quick reaction. That's kind of what in my mind that may have happened, and she just quickly went to the other lane and passed through. But there was a police officer there, and she ran the light. That's how I see that happened.
I don't know if I was targeted because I'm
some of these guys want to run for Congress. Some of these guys want to run for Congress. I've been watching this my whole career. It's easy to criticize unless that officer was there. They ought not be yapping their gums. You can tell that officer that I said that. That's all I'm telling you.
Wow.
Amy Elizabeth Wright, 25W836-258. Ms. Wright, you can come on up here. If Mr. Crawford's ready, we're going to do LePage.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Your name, ma'am?
Yeah. So that one just happened. All right. We are moving into the final case of the night. And we've had a SovCit, we've had Karens, we've had idiots. It's been a fun night. We are going to end it with Judge Simpson. And yeah, this isn't an idiot. This isn't a Karen. This is not a SovCit. This is a good way to end the evening. And so I hope you appreciate it. Huge reminder, Team Skeptic will be on my channel tomorrow night. For those of you that missed the intro, he will be here tomorrow night. We're going to be covering the latest news on Lindsay Dineski. And no, it's not the video that he just put out yesterday. Completely new material. Not on his channel yet. So, I hope you guys come and hang out with Team Skeptic and I tomorrow night. It's going to be the normal live stream time. So, I hope you guys are there. 8 o'clock. It's already set up. So, the link's already out there. You can already go and, whatever, get ready, popcorn it up, do whatever you want. But it's going to be a good time. So, hope to see you guys tomorrow night. Sparkle Poots with the 1 gifted membership. Thank you, Sparkle. Sparkle Boots. Welcome to the new member. I appreciate it, Sparkle. I think, yep, Vic, 11 months. That is awesome. You're almost at a year. My friend. Congratulations and thank you, Vic. You are awesome. Okay. I don't know. Let's see. It's Wednesday. It's Booze and Body Cam. Last night we did Katie Zed, so tonight we'll do K-Far. And then we'll do Lone Wolf tomorrow night. Lone Wolf will get the Team Skeptic raid tomorrow night, since I didn't raid him last night like I usually do. So I'll repay him with the big raid tomorrow night. Muse, 9 months. Lindsay Dunsky. I thank you, Muse. I appreciate it. Congratulations on the 9 months and thank you. All right, last one, Judge Simpson. This one's charming. It really is. Let's go.
Court does call the case People versus Jonathan Pittman.
All right, so we have to
Good afternoon, this is Simple Defender Warren attorney on behalf of Mr. Pittman. Well, I'm hoping it's on soon, Your Honor. He's been calling me.
That's not true.
I'm here.
He's here.
He's been having some difficulty.
No, I think that's him. It was under.
I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. I'm here.
Okay. Okay, I just need a camera, please.
Okay. Let me see how to do this. Can you see me? Oh, let me take my hat off. I'm in court. Let me take my hat off.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
No
All right,
problem.
state your name.
My name is Jonathan Pittman.
All right.
Your Honor, Mr. Pittman is going to be taking a plea today to the reduced charge of allowing an ineligible driver to operate.
Okay.
257.326.
Your Honor, I move add count two, allowing to operate, accept that guilty plea and dismiss the original charge.
All right, very good. Mr. Pittman, can you raise your right hand, please, sir? Do you solemnly swear or affirm testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Absolutely. Yes, sir.
All right. State your name for the record, please.
Jonathan Pittman.
All right. Sir, it is this court's understanding you're going to be pleading guilty to the charge of allowing an ineligible driver to operate a motor vehicle. That's a misdemeanor,
Yes.
punishable by up to 90 days in jail, $100 fine plus court costs. You understand that, sir?
Yes, sir.
Understanding that, do you still wish to plead guilty?
Yes, sir.
And to that charge, how do you plead?
I plead guilty, sir.
You understand that by pleading guilty, you'll not have a trial of any kind.
Yes, sir.
You signed, or you didn't sign one, but because you're not having a trial, you're giving up certain rights. You're giving up your right to call witnesses to speak for you at trial or to have this court compel their attendance. You're giving up your right to see, hear, and question all witnesses against you at trial. You're also giving up your right to be a witness for yourself or to remain silent and not have that silence used against you. And you're giving up your right to be presumed innocent until proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. You understand that?
Absolutely, sir.
You understand you're giving up your right to appeal of right.
Yes, sir.
Are you on probation or parole?
No, sir.
Has anybody promised you anything other than what's been stated here today on the record to get you to plead?
No, no, sir.
Has anybody threatened you or coerced you?
No, sir.
You're doing this voluntarily and of your own free will?
Yes, sir.
And because you believe that you're guilty of this offense?
I know I'm guilty.
Okay, all right. April 17, 2023, at the location of Carpenter Road in Pittsfield Township, Washtenaw County, state of Michigan, did you have custody or control of a motor vehicle?
Yes, sir.
Did you allow someone who was otherwise ineligible, maybe inclusive of yourself, to operate that motor vehicle?
It was me who was operating the car, sir. It was nobody else.
Okay, and at the time you weren't eligible, were you?
No, I thought I was, but apparently Calhoun County has suspended my license. That's why I just want to plea out. Because I went to Secretary of State and Calhoun County has a hold on my license for child support. I would have had my license clear, but I have to go to them to clear my license. So I just want to get this over with so I can move on, sir.
Okay. That was a lot. So just so we're clear, on that day, you were not eligible.
Yes, sir. I was not eligible, sir.
Okay, that's all I need to know. Counsel, have I complied with the court rule? Would it be proper to accept this defendant's plea?
Yes.
All right, court will accept the defendant's plea to count 2, count 1 is dismissed. Now, I'm almost afraid to ask with this guy, but sir, is there anything you want to say before I impose sentence?
Why would you say that to me, Sir Simpson? You shouldn't be scared to ask me questions, sir.
No, I just asked a yes or no question, and you went on for like, what was it, an hour or two? No, I'm kidding. Sir, is there anything you want to tell me before I impose sentence?
No, sir, other than come check out the best place on the planet, Tasty's Burgers. No, there's nothing else I want to say, sir.
Wow. Tasty's Burgers. I don't know. All right.
I got you lost for words, Judge Simpson.
Yes, you do. Because somebody just did an advertisement. I don't know what that's about. Anyway, all right. Fines and costs of $250, 90 days in jail. That is suspended. When can you get that paid?
All I need is 3 weeks. Just 3 weeks. I
All
can
right.
have
Well,
that
do
done.
this. Get it paid by April 30th. Get it paid before then.
I'm gonna have
Okay.
it paid before that, sir.
I know you will, but I'm giving you the time in case something happens. Never know. And
I
young man, I'm just going to tell you, I do appreciate the fact, and it should not go unmentioned, that when you got on the screen, you knew that you were in court and that you showed the respect of taking off your hat. And so that means the world to this judge. Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you. You take care of yourself.
Thank you. You too, Judge Simpson.
All right. All right, told you. We were ending on a charming note. Tasty's Burgers. I'm gonna look that place up. If it's in Washington, I might stop by and talk to Mr. Pittman. Say hello. Say I'm a big fan of him from YouTube. Tasty's Burgers. All right. That is the video for tonight. Thank you all for hanging out with me. I do appreciate it. Thank you guys for the super chats, the gifted memberships, the membership milestones. You guys are truly awesome. I'll see you tomorrow night with Team Skeptic. Go tell KFAR I said hello. And yeah, you know what you should tell him. Ask him ask him if he's getting a girl drink drunk tonight. That's what you should say. Everyone swarm his chat and say, "Are you getting girl drink drunk tonight?" It's gonna be funny. It's gonna be funny. Please do that. Please, please, please. All right, you guys are awesome. I will see you tomorrow night. Until next time, bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Court calls the case. People versus.
Apparently I put next case, and so I didn't put my outro. I put my next case divider. You know what? We just won't do an outro tonight. I'm just gonna end it. All right, you guys are awesome. Bye.